I'd like to demonstrate for you an ancient magical technique, a sleight of hand technique that only a few are aware of anymore. Now I'll demonstrate this using 6 silver dollars. So if we divide these into 2 groups, that's 3 on the right and 3 on the left. The technique looks a little something like this. You simply cross the arms, give a little squeeze. Now if you look on the left, there's just 2 coins, and on the right there's now 4 coins. 1 coin has jumped across. It's almost as if they want to be back together again in one group. So again, that's 2 over here and 4 over here. If we simply just cross the arms and give a little squeeze, we now look on the left, there's just 1 coin. On the right, there's now 5 coins. Just 1 coin left to go. So again, that's 5 coins over here, 1 coin over here. We simply cross the arms, give a little squeeze, and now there's no coins over here. Over here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They've all jumped across now. So the technique can work in reverse. So for example, if we put all the coins into one hand and cross the arms, but then uncross the arms, now we have 2 groups of 3 again. It's weird. Hello, welcome back. Thanks so much for joining me again. I'm happy you're here, and I hope you're doing well. I'm doing very well myself. And today, I want to show you one of the best, if not the best trick for beginners to learn. The reason this is so good for beginners is because it's a good trick. It's not just a beginner trick, it's a good trick on its own. It uses 1 sleight, and it has a simple but strong enough premise to carry it. And the other thing is, it has built-in misdirection for you to kind of help you along the way and get you introduced to the idea so that you can start to get the feel for how to use misdirection in some other routines maybe. So this trick is called The Mysterious Cross of India from Daryl Martinez. This came out of a little booklet of his written by Stephen Minch in 1980 called Secrets of a Puerto Rican Gambler. And again, this is just a great trick on its own, but I think it's well suited for the beginner because there's just 1 sleight involved. Now I've added a little something to the end, which you could omit, or you could work on that technique until you're comfortable. But I'll show you the basic handling just as is, and then we can add on the ending if you want. Another thing I didn't mention was you can do this with borrowed coins. You could use 6 quarters, and that's all you need is 6 coins. And I'm using silver dollars here just to be as clear as possible on video, but these could be pennies or quarters or nickels, whatever. So that's another plus for this routine. You can do it standing up. You do need a table though. So you lay the coins out in two rows, 3 and 3. You display on the palms again. Now you cross your arms and leave your palms open till the last second. So they can still see 3 and 3. Now when you close your hands, you're gonna slip the forward coin in your right hand into a thumb palm. So that looks like this. You've crossed your hands. As you begin to close your hands, your thumb will simply push this coin forward. And as you're closing up and turning palm down, that coin gets pulled into thumb palm. Now both hands are in a fist. You lay the coins down, and then you uncross and immediately pick up each respective pile. And then you display 2 on the left and now 4 on the right. Now some finer points on the choreography of this. Like I said, this has built-in misdirection for you, which covers a little bit of the discrepancies. So again, you're crossing, you go into thumb palm over here on your right, or your right hand, which is on your left now. Now, as soon as the coins are out of your hand, you're going to focus your attention to the left. That's so your dirty right hand can come over to this pile, add its coin, and then on your left, as you're displaying these and the missing coin, on the right hand, all the work's done now. The coins are in one pile, and you can lay them out like this. You don't want to show 3 and 3, cross your arms, have the coins laid down, and have these spread out like this. They can clearly count 3 coins. You want to lay them down, both stacks, in a stack, so that it's difficult to count a stack of coins, because unless they're looking dead on the side, it's a little bit difficult to count. And you add to the fact you're going to introduce the left side first. You say, look, on the left there's now only 2 coins, and on the right there's now 4 coins. So by the time they've looked over here, and then by the time they look over here, it makes it a little bit harder to backtrack what just happened, because your arms were crossed, they're now straight. They started out straight, then they were crossed, and then now they're straight again. And then now there's an extra coin on this side. And so it all just works out well. It's an easy moment of misdirection, just to introduce this side first, as you do a little bit of dirty work on this side. From here, it's repetition. Now, as you pick the coins up, you're going to pick them up from opposite sides. In other words, your right hand will reach to the left side, pick up these 2 coins, and then your left hand will reach to the right side and pick up the larger group. And at this point, I don't make mention of left and right or which side's which, because it can become confusing. You're talking about your left hand and your right hand, but then the left side and the right side. So from this point on, I just mention the amount of coins over here and this amount over here. It makes it much easier to understand. So as long as you pick them up, your right hand is picking up the group that is diminishing, your left hand is picking up the group that is increasing. So again, you just repeat the thumb palm, you cross, thumb palm as you close up, lay them palm down in a stack, come up, uncross, immediately show the left side. Oh, there's just 1 coin over here, and over here there's now 5 coins. Boom. You mention 1 last coin. I'm picking up with my right hand the last coin. Now I'm picking up with my left hand the larger group. You can throw in a little coin roll here just to show. Again, that's 1 and 5. We cross. Now here, if you want, you can do a classic palm. I like the look of this because your hand can come up and away with all your fingers spread. But you can do another thumb palm at this moment. It looks similar enough. So you do the last coin there. You say, look, there's no coins there. There's now 6 coins over here. They've all jumped across. Now that's where the original routine ends. And that's a fine trick as it is. So the little ending I threw in here was, you say that the technique can work in reverse. So all you simply do I like to have these all in front of me. That this will help the angle in a second. So you don't want them all over here far to the right, because it's gonna look weird, but I'll show you that in a second. So the first three, you're gonna legitimately toss in your left hand. The next three, you're gonna keep in your right hand. And I'm using a technique I showed last week on that video. So you can watch that video for more techniques on how to vanish multiple coins or do click passes with multiple coins. And this is one of those techniques with an added sound element here. So on the fourth coin, you're going to pick that up, and it looks like you toss it into your left hand. In actuality, you straighten your fingers and your thumb snaps the coin back into finger palm. Now your left hand will just slightly lift this coin so you get the sound as if this coin was tossed in there. So I'll show you a close-up of that. So the first three coins, we actually throw them in here. As you're reaching for the fourth coin, your left hand will just kind of lift this coin up with the help of your first finger. By the time you've picked the fourth coin up, this coin's in position, and you're going to do this move with a little toss motion, and you have to time this correctly. But this coin's giving you the sound that you need to make it look like you've tossed this coin in from your right hand. With the next two, you pick them up in the same way, but now your left hand doesn't need to do anything except act like it's catching. So your right hand snaps back, and your left hand snatches, and same thing on the last coin. So now we're all set up 3 and 3. Now you can really play this angle up if you kind of keep your right hand palm tilted towards your face. That's kind of a good indication of your angle. So not straight up facing you, but towards your face. That's going to give you the proper line of sight for your spectator to not see. But your hand looks kind of empty. So apparently we've thrown all 6 coins into your left hand. Your left hand is closed. So you can kind of go like this for a second and say, we can do the technique in reverse. So if the arms are crossed, but then we uncross them like this, now I've transferred all the coins into a third finger curl palm or nowhere palm. This kind of gives one last look of kind of an empty hand. Then we make some kind of motion like magic just happened. And now you can show, oh, there's 2 groups again. So let's take a detailed look at that part. So we've just faked these last 3 coins. If you just hold your pinky inward a little bit, the coins can sort of rest there. And it really looks like you threw all 6 coins in your left hand. So immediately do the cross, and then as you uncross, you're going to clench, and your thumb can pull these down, and your third finger can now grip. So the pattern would be if we cross, but then uncross, and you can sort of hold your hand open here. They can see through your fingers, and then at the last second you make some kind of snatching motion, and that causes the coins to separate again into 2 groups. So I like that little kind of kickback moment. It gives the routine a little bit of a finale, because the standard routine as it's written, the same thing happens 3 times and there's kind of no ending. It's a good trick, but I always looked to end the routine with something, some kind of finale. And this, I think, it's good enough, but you could maybe think of a more creative way. Maybe you throw all 6 coins into this hand, do the fake 5 times, I don't know. But then all 6 coins go from one side to the other all at once. I don't know. Other variations you could do is 3 maybe Chinese coins and 3 silver dollars. How would you work out the sleight of hand to make that happen? There's one method in Bobo's Modern Coin Magic called 3 and 3. Sorry, I misspoke. 3 and 3 is on the same page, but the routine I was thinking of is the Flying Eagles and the variation on the main routine. It uses 4 copper coins and 4 silver coins, but of course that could be 3 and 3 like we're using. So this is one method to achieve, it's actually a transposition of the coins, but it's a similar effect that I've gone over in another video. So you can check out that video that I did on the Flying Eagles. And if you don't have this book, Modern Coin Magic, you can go to my website, rickholcommagic.com. I have this available for free. It's out of copyright. The earlier version of this book, this is an enlarged version of the original, but the original it's out of copyright. It's available in the public domain, and you can pick that up on my website for free, along with 9 or 10 other old books that are out of copyright. So go check that out if you don't have a copy of Modern Coin Magic. So that's it for today's video. Again, one of the best and easiest tricks you could do, and I hope this gets you started if you're just starting out, but this is a trick I still do to this day because of the ease of it and the impromptu factor. Again, this could be borrowed coins, and as long as you have a table, you could do it anywhere. So work on this, and I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you have a great day.